you know what? It's absolutely laughable. I mean, funny. I mean, comical, really. When you look at the preseason polls, the ranking, the top 100 college players in football, all these different things, and seeing all this like blatant love for the University of Michigan football team. Half their defense is among the top 100 college players in the country. And Michigan State, which arguably had better defense than Michigan's last year, they got pretty much everybody back. They have one guy on there, and it's their running back, who's, I would say, L.J. Scott, you know, maybe one of their top 6 players. Certainly not their best player, at least based on what he's done so far. You know, no Felton Davis, Joe Bachty. It's like he doesn't. Kenny Willekes, nobody talks about him, even though he had better stats than Rashawn Gary. All these different Michigan. Josiah Scott, who was such a terrific player as a freshman last year. No mention of him, let alone Brian Lewerke, who, you know, it has this extraordinary arm strength, is fast, lit up Penn State for over 400 yards passing last year, dominated in a bowl game, and it's like Michigan State doesn't even exist. Now, people say, you know, this puts this big chip on Michigan State's shoulder and all these things, and that's cool and all that, but after a while, it does get to be a tiresome lament. I've got to tell you this. Michigan plays Michigan State in East Lansing this year. Michigan's schedule is a really, really difficult schedule. They got Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Michigan State on the road. They play Wisconsin. Michigan State's schedule is a lot easier. And Michigan State and Michigan, I think they have comparable teams right now. You know, it's like splitting hairs between the two, because I do think Michigan's really, really good. But if you were to sit there and look at all these different ratings and everything, you'd think Michigan was so much better. And that's on top of it, like, wow, Jim Harbaugh's a better coach than Mark D'Antonio. Do you really think so? I mean, D'Antonio has beat Michigan 8 out of the last 10 years. Michigan has lost 13 of its last 14 games to Ohio State. Michigan hasn't won a Big Ten title since 2004. Yet, you would think Michigan had the best player personnel in the country or close to it. And Michigan State, well, you know, a bunch of 3-star guys. You know, absolutely, it's ridiculous. But it does point out the problem, you know, about the Michigan State thing. Too much cachet for Michigan, not enough cachet for Michigan State. Period. I mean, it's the bottom line. And it's undeniable. Even Michigan fans have to admit that.